Hey guys, Rulerrobin here and welcome back to another gun comparison tutorial, and in this video we're going to be comparing the main shotguns in Apex Legends, mainly the EVA-8 Auto and the Peacekeeper, which I'll be referring to as the EVA and Peacekeeper. No, I will not be comparing the Mozambique because its description is shotgun pistol. However, I may refer to it randomly throughout the video, and I will be comparing the Mastiff and comparing it to the winning shotgun. Now what I'm going to be comparing between these shotguns are the damage, which is damage per bullet, how many pellets, and their overall DPS. The range of effective use, which I'll be looking at through their bullet pattern / spray or spread. The attachments, which is mostly going to be about the shotgun choke and their overall use. Once again, we will be using the Untitled Game's ultimate weapon chart, so let's get right into it. When comparing the damage per pellet, the data says that the Peacekeeper does 10 to the body and 15 to the head per pellet. The EVA does 7 body and 10 head per pellet. Now with these stats, you could say that you should always use the Peacekeeper over the EVA, but is this always the case? If it was the case, the Mozambique would be the best shotgun other than the Mastiff, as it does 15 body and 22 head. Technically speaking, there is more to this, and this is due to 3 factors: the amount of pellets, the fire rate, and the effective range, which is determined by the pattern / spray of the pellets. If we look at the amount of pellets, the Mozambique only shoots 3, which leaves it doing 45 body and 66 head, which explains why it doesn't really do much. The Peacekeeper shoots 11 pellets, doing 110 body and 165 head, and the EVA shoots 9, doing 63 body and 90 head. With this information, it would seem like the Peacekeeper does the most damage, but when you include fire rate, the EVA can actually get 2 shots in a second, whilst the Peacekeeper has 1. This would mean that in a good situation, the EVA actually does more damage. DPS wise, with every pellet hitting, the EVA does 126 body and 180 head, while the Peacekeeper does 110 body and 165 head. So in this area, the EVA is technically the better gun in an ideal situation, but usually you won't be. So I decided to look at which shotgun is technically the easiest to hit shots with between the EVA and Peacekeeper. I did this by looking at the effective range of the guns. I tested the shotguns by going into the training mode and seeing how many pellets would hit at certain ranges, and by looking at how tight the bullet pattern is. During this research and testing, I found that the shotguns are only really effective at a maximum of 10 meters, and that the Peacekeeper has a better pattern to use overall. This I put up to it having a bullet pattern that was much tighter, which meant that the farther away I was, the less it would split and give open spaces. This is likely because the Peacekeeper has a pattern akin to a fire blast, with the bullets being much tighter and fit the hitbox of a player more. At least more so than the EVA, which had the hitbox similar to a figure 8, meaning that the big circles in the 8 would get bigger, while the Peacekeeper still had a majority clumped in the middle. This also showed me that the Mozambique is just absolutely terrible for anything past 5 meters, and even 5 meters, as the pattern is a triangle with huge spaces between, and going longer range is just a terrible idea with it. Now the only real attachment that the shotguns have that is worth talking about is the Peacekeeper's shotgun choke hop-up. This hop-up allows the Peacekeeper to charge up an attack when aiming down sights, and it makes the spread and the pattern extremely tight, and the range on it is actually insane. Look at this. Okay, now that we've covered statistics and the data and the boring stuff, we can get into which gun is actually the best for what they do. A shotgun is stereotypically supposed to provide burst damage or close range damage. Now with this in mind, if we imagine a situation where you have to use a shotgun in a real situation in a fight between the Peacekeeper and the EVA, the Peacekeeper has a better pattern to hit more shots as well as doing more damage per pellet. So realistically, you should just do more damage with the Peacekeeper. Think about it this way. When you use a shotgun normally, it is usually after pushing due to damage or finishing them to stop them from healing too much or rezzing. A Peacekeeper should be able to do more upfront damage in the first shot due to pellet damage and pattern, while the EVA may not due to low damage and the pattern. And in a game where healing is really fast, If you go up to them with an EVA and they hit you with a Peacekeeper, they could potentially one-shot you while you only mildly damage them because they healed already. Technically, with a choke, the Peacekeeper also has an advantage as it's able to provide medium range pressure, as the spread is made so much lower to the point that it is pretty accurate, so it is able to provide both close and medium range burst. Now that we have established that the Peacekeeper is better than EVA, how does the Mastiff hold up? It should do well as a legendary, right? Well, if we compare the Mastiff, it is simply a better version of the Peacekeeper, stat-wise. The Mastiff does 18 body and 36 head per pellet, with 8 pellets, and with all pellets hitting it does 144 body and 288 head, which is already better than the Peacekeeper from before, which is 10 body and 15 head per pellet, and with 11 pellets it does 110 body and 165 head. The Mastiff is also able to shoot slightly faster than the Peacekeeper, but as we know, stats aren't everything. The pattern for the Mastiff is a horizontal line and packed around the center, and it has a unique skill, which is when it is aiming down sight, the bullet pattern actually tightens, which is unique among all the shotguns. And it's okay, but due to it being a line, it isn't that good except for fights for possibly up to 10 meters or 5. Overall, I would say that the Peacekeeper is the better gun throughout the match, but the Mastiff can definitely outdo the Peacekeeper in where a shotgun is most used, which is in-your-face burst damage. So in the end, both guns are actually pretty viable, however I would only recommend the Mastiff if it complements your playstyle, which is in-your-face burst damage, because the gun isn't really much use of maybe maximum of 10 meters at most. So that's it for this one, guys. I hope this helped in your decision of which shotgun to use and why. I'll be doing more videos like this, so if you like Apex, keep a lookout for that stuff. If you like any of the other videos, that's great too. If you just want to hang or find people to play with, come join the Discord or Twitch. And anyways, thanks for watching, have fun, be kind, and good luck in your games. I'm peace out, dudes. See ya. We did it! I should have given you all the kills so you can get your record.
That's fine. Damn.
I just hate doors.